right. Well, welcome everybody. I'm Brian Stark, Director of Marketing at Traction, and today I've got Laura Ehnle. Laura and her family farm in Illinois, and I think I'll just let her kind of kick off and tell us about her farm and perhaps maybe get into some of the data management solutions that you've used in the past.
Okay, well, we farm in central Illinois, north of Peoria. We farm corn and soybeans. It's my husband, Tony, and our son, Christian. My role, I guess, on the farm is, I work the ground in the spring. I run the auger wagon in the fall. I've been doing that for 25 years. We're still married, so we're not doing too bad. But I guess as our son has gotten older and done things, I've transitioned more to the office and doing some of the number crunching's my thing. I enjoy that part. So I've take care of all the accounting, the mapping, field records, that kind of thing. When we started, I think I did a year or two of QuickBooks, and then I think I don't know, maybe it was even something simpler than that. I've used QuickBooks along the way for different things, but I've mainly been focused on a FarmWorks user for 20 plus years. So.
Okay, yeah, lots of years on FarmWorks, quite a few years tied to one computer because it's a desktop software system, though it is very powerful in the fact that it did accounting, field record keeping, mapping, all tied into one system. So
Absolutely.
that was something that you've used for quite a few years. And I think probably what the audience would want to know about is so why did you kind of take a look at Traction? Like what parts of it did you really like about it? And I know you've been using it now for a few months, and different members of your family are using it as well. So tell us a little more about that.
Well, I think I started I had to look at Traction, honestly, because I've worked with you, Brian, and Scott, and you guys know what a good system is, and you were looking to build something new. And I think it's a great platform, but it's not set up for this future generation. They've been using iPhones and iPads all their life. Everything, they don't even use a desktop. Don't even own a desktop. So I think as we transition to the next generation, I knew we needed something different. And in all honesty, I set my son up a Traction account and gave him a 2-minute tour. And in 3 evenings, he's not a huge operation, but he ran everything through personal and everything. In 3 evenings,
Mhm.
he processed all his data from
Oh,
his phone.
wow,
So I
that's
think
great.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, so we're working on lots of different things at Traction. As far as field operations coming in the future, right now we just have basically a cash accounting system. When you look at that cash accounting product and what you've done so far, is there any parts of it that you really enjoy better than the FarmWorks desktop world? And like, can you get into maybe a couple of features that you really enjoy using it with Traction?
Geez, where do I start? I think the biggest difference people would see was entities. I keep books for our farm. I assist my son with his. I do them for my father's. We have a partnership. And I think and we're not a big operation, but I think there's a lot of people that have those multiple entities, like a trucking business or something like that. And just the ease of managing and doing your bookkeeping for multiple entities. In FarmWorks, you had different projects, and when you finished working with your farm, you would close out of it and load your trucking operation or something like that. With Traction, they're just all kind of seamlessly there. You set them up as entities, but with one click, I can change from reconciling the bank account on the farm to looking at the account register for the partnership. But yet in the end, I can get a financial statement for just the farm. And I think
Mhm.
until you use it, you just don't appreciate the beauty of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I assume you're using your phones and tablets to access information, which this system allows you to be more of a team versus an individual. So, can you tell us a little bit about that? How that's working for you?
Well, at this point, I think it's cold here right now. I'm happy to sit at my desk, but I'm really looking forward to that this spring as we start doing field records. And I think every farmer would say that managing, tracking their seed, even with all the monitors, chemicals are a tough one. And I know that the team there has really been working hard on how to make that process easier when you're
Mhm.
trying to allocate across the different fields. So that's going to be something exciting to see.
Very true. And just to share the roadmap with everyone who's watching, so we are working on field operations. Likely to be just a very basic field operations product when we launch this early spring. And that would tie in right with your cash accounting product. And there's some other things we're looking at a little bit further down the road this year, like the accrual accounting and accounts payable, accounts receivable. So just because we launched a cash accounting product doesn't mean that we don't care about the more advanced accounting type of things. Those are all coming down the road, and we have a plan for all that. So it's really neat that fact that you started with cash accounting, even though I know you're a little more advanced, probably maybe than the average farmer out there. But when you look at the products and how they work today, do you have any thoughts about that? Like any advice for a farmer who maybe they've used spreadsheets or QuickBooks? I hear a lot, and I think that cash accounting product is very geared very well for somebody who's using QuickBooks. I mean, do you have any advice for those farmers looking to make a switch over to Traction?
Oh, for starters, just try the trial because I think you'll be hooked. In FarmWorks, you couldn't download transactions, so I always paid my bills. I just used the check writing print portion of it so that I knew the bill was paid and it was entered into my books. And now I think we can just I'm setting everything up for auto pay,
Hmm.
and then Traction's going to download those entries into the system for me, and all I got to do now is classify them to the expenses. And I think if you're looking to move into the future or position yourself, I think you've got to just take a good look at the amount of time savings and ease it's going to be for you.
Yeah, I think you absolutely nailed it there, Laura. So as you describe that process, I think one of the things that we can do in Traction is the ability to download your bank and credit card transactions automatically right into the software. So, eh, not that we're preventing people from doing anything manually. You can still do that in Traction just like you could in FarmWorks or QuickBooks. But the ability to have stuff flow in automatically does truly save you a lot of time. And the fact that you're experiencing that right now, I'm sure is a breath of fresh air, right? And the fact that you've been printing checks all these years and now you're kind of moving to online bill pay for some transactions, right? That's going to save you some time too, because those will automatically flow right into Traction. And so we're looking to service farmers from print checking ability here next month. So we're going to have that feature for farmers here very soon. But like you, I think once you start using a system like this, you'll start thinking about, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. So you'll start trying some different things that maybe you wouldn't have done before. That truly does save you a lot of time. Can you think of any other things that you want to share with the audience? Any other time-saving things that you've experienced so far?
I think you got to talk about credit cards. Anybody, I'm a number cruncher, but anybody who likes
Yeah.
processing credit card statements got to be a little bit crazy. But
Yep.
just the fact you got to track down what everything's for if you don't know. But I think just the fact that transactions are downloaded. I've been teasing my husband and son that before I serve them dinner at night, we're gonna go through the transactions and we're gonna know what they are. So those kind of things will just the ease and just knowing it's taken care of in a timely basis is going to be great.
Yeah. Well, if I had to skip a meal like that, I'd definitely be right there doing my transactions if that was me. So, so good deal. Yeah. I thank you for joining today. And I think just for the audience, we will probably check in with Laura throughout the season, from planting to harvest, and kind of check in and kind of see how you're coming along with Traction. As the season progresses, there'll be some different features that will come into play, and we just want to kind of hear your thoughts about those different features and Traction. And yeah, we truly enjoy you being part of today's conversation. Thank you.
I'm excited to be along for the journey. So thanks.